So in a sense, you know, down the line, somewhere down the line, Co would have bought her dad's necklace back off a street vendor or whatever, but we don't really say that. But in a sense, that causes Stephen Chang to be like, okay, you know what, we'll keep him alive an extra day just so we can get intelligence out of him. Like, we can get intel out of him, info. So in a sense, Ko's lucky charm saves Rambo from death.
Gotcha.
A whole bunch of these tiny little things that kind of nod to the mythos, and, you know, like, not just from the movies, but from Morale's books, which are completely different, and just all these different things. Yeah.
Oh, right, so it's kind of, well, probably April, end of April, that's when it starts going to be filming then.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, well, I'm free, you know what I mean? At the moment, I haven't got nothing booked at all. But from, well, January, March, April, well, 4 months away.
Well, we can do it whenever you want. Yeah.
I will be doing stuff, like, coming up, like, you know, even if I've got nothing playing at the moment, like, film-wise, but I might have done, like, 10 or 15 or 5 films by then, but, like, at the end of the day, I'm still doing it in my spare time or on the weekend.
Sweet, thank you.
Yeah, you just give us, like, whatever you want me to say and do and dress and that, do that. I'll film it. I won't do it in. If you need me to sit in an office, I can turn this into an office. You know what I mean? If you want me outside walking around or like attend to the military style and all that, then I'll do it outside with video camera. Or when I get my phone back, which is like HD, then I can do that. I can put the film onto my YouTube channel, but it'll be private. So no one can watch it, only you, because I'll send you the link, and then you can just download it, and then you've got the film, say, yeah, I've got the film now, scrap it off the channel, and then you've got my part of the film, you can edit it.
Sweet.
Whatever you want to do, editing and all that. That's if people's far, hello?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, if people are so far away, and I've got to like send them videos, that's what we do. We normally like do a film, put it on YouTube, and then like you send the link, and then they get it, and then they do what they want to do.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. That'd be amazing. Yeah, I know. There's a scene I have written, a post-credit crowd bit scene.
I don't know what you want me to do. Did you want me walking around?
Yeah, like I was thinking, maybe like definitely we're gonna have a scene where Rambo's talking to himself and he thinks he's talking to Troutman. Because there's a lot of scenes like that where Rambo's just completely fucked. You know, like, in the beginning of the movie, he's like 100% Rambo, and they just deteriorate him all the way through the movie. So, there's a lot of, like, times where he doesn't even know where he is. He's having flashbacks, stuff like that. So I know there's at least 3 Troutman scenes that are going to be in there. And the last one, I'm trying to decide if it's going to be with Griggs or not. I'm trying to decide if we're going to bring Griggs into the story, which is the guy from Rambo 3, Kirkwood Smith. Oh, you froze. Still there? Uh-oh. Sorry about that.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, so in the end, the last scene is a great Troutman scene. We're just trying to decide if we're going to bring Griggs in.
I can't see it.
Oh, hold on, let me see. There we go.
Yeah, it was getting a blocky fight. I was saying, like, you might have to call me back.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's because we've been on, like, over an hour, I think, like, it starts to deteriorate a bit, like, the line, and we have to, like, cut off and then call back again, so, I don't know, it's weird. Bloody networking, like,
But yeah, there's a Troutman scene at the very, very, very end. Yeah. And I don't know if we're going to we're gonna try to bring Griggs into it, and if me and Isaiah can get Griggs to work, then we'll have Griggs in there, because I think it's a really good Griggs scene. Where, you know, like Rambo 3, Griggs is like, you know, you're a hard man to find, like the Colonel says, good men are hard to find.
Yeah.
We're going to touch on that, where Griggs never really meets Rambo, but he's part of the people who end up finding Rambo, in a sense. So, we have this great scene with him and Troutman, where they kind of like, where Troutman's doing like the Covenleader to Raven thing on the internet, on the ham radio, trying to figure out if anyone out there, if anyone's gonna break radio silence, pretty much trying to see if anyone's still alive. And
Well, Covenleader, what does he say again?
Covenleader to Raven.
Covenleader.
Yeah.
Covenleader to Raven. Talk to me, Johnny. You know, that
Yeah. Kind of like that. And then yeah. So.
Because I got one of them CB radios up in the loft.
Sweet.
I got about 3 or 4 of them. They're like, you know, the old CB radios, where you put them in the trucks and that, and you got the old mics, you know, talk to me, Johnny. You know, I've got all that. It's just like, so I'm laughing.
Excellent. Yeah, so we got some pretty good Troutman scenes. Like, we got some pretty good scenes. Like, maybe if I'm in it, I'll probably be either someone who dies, or I'll be like a Baker team member who dies. Like, we even got like Danforth. Like, there's a scene where like Rambo's sitting in the hole, rain's falling on him. He's looking down, he sees like millipedes in the mud and everything, and then blood starts coming out of the mud. He starts freaking out. So he tries to climb out of the hole. He can't get out of the bamboo, and he's like screaming, trying to get out. And all of a sudden he hears like, John, and he like turns around, and it's Danforth, but it's just this part of Danforth. Like, all his legs and everything are gone, and all like his intestines are coming out, and blood and stuff, and he's actually hallucinating back to the Saigon scene where the shoe shine box kid and
Oh, I got you,
yeah. So, and then like the guy's like, I want to go home, John. I want to drive my Chevy, and Rambo's just flipping out in the hole, you know.
That's when he was crying when he was on the floor, saying,
Yeah.
like, about the shoe shine box and the kid, and he wants to go home and all that. And,
Yeah.
right, yeah. So basically, he's told that story, but we've seen it for the first time.
Well, actually, we're not really seeing it, but we're seeing what Danforth would have looked like from that scene, but it takes place in the hole. Like Danforth actually comes out of the ground.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's like horror film, man. It's like, jeez.
Yeah, because the first Rambo I found, like, when I was a kid, and I was watching it, it scared the shit out of me.
Really?
Yeah, like, I was really young, and that movie just freaked me out. So I was like, I wanted to kind of get that kind of feel.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like a Rambo horror film, man, I tell you.
Yeah.
Like, the first ever film I saw was like a film called Phantasm.
Mm-hmm.
Like the tall man with the balls, and he had the knives coming out, and he's going into people's heads.
Yeah.
That was scary to me.
I have that one, but I haven't watched it yet. We
Yeah,
started watching it, but we never, something happened and we didn't end up watching it. But thank you for reminding me, because I wanted to watch that.
It's worth watching that. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like, what's your budget going to be for the film then?
We're gonna literally, I'm gonna try to do it for like $1,000.
$5 grand.
For like $1,000. I'm gonna try to get it done under $1,000.
Because you need like blood and intestines and all that. Like, where are you going to get all that? It's going to be like from the butcher shop and get all meat and stuff, like for intestines and stuff, or
Probably.
jeez, that's going to smell. That's going to smell, man. You ever seen Day of the Dead?
Yeah.
Do you know where the zombies come in and they get hot, and they take his legs apart and he says, choke on him. And he was making it soon. They had all fake blood and intestines from the butchers, and it said it smelled really bad, man, he's all sick.
Yeah.
So, but what's the making of that? And you'll get the idea of what's going to go happen on your program.
But like the first half an hour, actually, I got bow and arrow and stuff for that. Full out Rambo, hunting montage, going around killing people one at a time. And then in the end, when he escapes, he's hallucinating and everything. He doesn't even know where he is. He ends up making a makeshift bow and arrow and a rock knife. Fashions himself a rock knife. He's got no weapons on him. And the last platoon he's taken down, he's hunting them one by one, and the last guy is actually the guy with the red patch on his jacket. And then he starts flipping out because Rambo's killing everybody. He can't even figure out where Rambo is. He's like, pulls the walkie-talkie to call base, like, to say that he's found him. He's running.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, noose around the neck, but it's like the bandana.
Oh, gotcha.
Because before he was like fooling out the bandana.
Yeah.
So that Rambo actually nooses him with the bandana, and the guy hits the ground, and it's like, like the last scene in Rambo 4, where the music kicks in when he guts the guy.
Yeah.
And he's just like pulling him close, like, and he like just takes him out like that, just strangles him to death. I was like, yeah, that's a great way to go. Just staring at him and like strangling him.
In the start of First Blood, you see him walking down to the woods to Delmon Barry's house.
Yeah.
From the woods, what was he doing before?
Apparently before that was the flashback. Apparently what happened was, from the notes I got, they were in Vietnam and they got Chang's character to hire 5 pirates or bring 5 pirates or 5 Viet Cong guys to try and trap Rambo because they couldn't trap him. Like, he was just destroying everything, going through everybody. And so they go out and they dig all these holes, and eventually Rambo comes through and falls in the hole, and that's where you get the scene where they throw all the stuff on him and everything like that. In David Morrell's book, he gets shot in the knee, and that's how he gets captured. He gets shot in the knee. So we were thinking of maybe having Steven shoot him in the knee, and then he falls in the hole. So it goes both ways, plays on both ways. But after that, if you read First Blood Part 2, Rambo of the Apes, it actually says that he went back home because he had a fiance. He was going to get married. They call her the Straw Blonde. And then she was so disgusted by everything she heard about Vietnam that she was like, oh, you're a rapist, you're a baby killer, you're this, you're that. And then pretty much she married someone else and she had kids now, and then she thought he was dead anyway, and then he ends up basically being shunned from the whole town. And that starts his journey of going to find Delmore.
Right, I guess so.
Yeah.
So basically, how much of that film didn't see? Was it about 20 minutes of the film, then we see him walking through the woods to Delmon Barry's house?
We didn't see maybe 90 minutes.
So basically, we've missed that. So basically, when we see him walking through the woods, we're halfway through the film.
Well, there's 20 minutes before that, and then there's all the deleted scenes, and then there's all the Hervatia scenes, and then there's, I call them Hervatia scenes because he found them and all that.
The ones that put back in.
Yeah, and then there's apparently after that there's a bunch of Stallone dialogue that got taken out. And like almost every one of his lines got taken out. That's another thing we're going to do too, is we're going to keep his lines really minimal. And then there's like an hour, almost an hour of when he's in the woods hunting the police that got taken out.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did they film any of that footage, or was it just like filmed and then?
Yeah, they filmed it. They filmed it and just didn't use it. Because apparently Stallone tried to buy back the print and burn it. Like he didn't want it getting out because he said it was really horrible. And they cut half the movie out and it worked.